My heart pounded as I pedaled my bike down the empty city street. I had stayed late at the office again, and the sun had already set, leaving the buildings around me cast in shadows. A cold breeze ruffled my hair as I turned down an alley, a shortcut on my usual route home. The alley was narrow, barely wide enough for a car, and sandwiched between old brick buildings. As I coasted forward, a metallic screech echoed through the passageway. I slammed on my brakes, my pulse quickening. The noise had come from up ahead where the alley disappeared into darkness. I squinted but couldn't see anything moving in the pitch black. This particular alley always gave me the creeps. I usually avoided it, but in my haste to get home, I had turned down it without thinking. I pondered turning around and taking the long way, but that would add 10 minutes to my commute. "Don't be silly," I muttered to myself. It was just a stray cat or something. Taking a deep breath, I pedaled forward into the shadows. As I progressed, the temperature dropped noticeably, raising goosebumps on my arms. The buildings pressed in oppressively on either side, their dark windows like eyes watching me. I shivered and pedaled faster, intent on getting through the alley as quickly as possible. Up ahead, I could see a pale rectangle, the opposite opening back out onto the street, just a little further. As I neared the end of the alley, a shape darted in front of me. I gasped and hit the brakes hard, my tires skidding on the pavement. It was a person dressed in raggedy clothing, their face obscured by a hood. They scurried to the side of the alley and crouched down, rocking back and forth. "Hey, are you okay?" I called out hesitantly. The figure went still, then let out an eerie moan that raised the hairs on my neck. My instincts screamed at me to get away. I inched my bike backwards, keeping my eyes on the strange person. As I neared the alley entrance, another wail echoed down the passageway, this one more anguished. The figure slowly rose to its feet, limbs jerking unnaturally. My mouth went dry with fear. This was bad. I had to get out of there. Whirling around, I pedaled for my life towards the street. As I shot back out into the open, relief flooded through me. I slowed and risked a glance back at the alley. A startled cry escaped my lips. Gone were the close-set buildings and the dark corridor between them. In their place loomed a dense, shadowy jungle, vines crawling up the twisted trunks of massive trees. It was as if I had passed through some kind of portal. I stared open-mouthed, unable to believe my eyes. The alley was simply gone. Panic constricted my chest as I turned forward again. I had to get help, but as I peered down the street, my blood turned to ice. The city was nowhere to be seen. There was only more jungle in every direction, the tree canopy blotting out the sky above. I was alone and lost in the heart of darkness.